Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Next Level Refs. I'm Strebre Delovski and today we'll be providing some guidance and practical coaching on dealing with attacking free kicks which occur just outside the penalty area. So let's get straight into it. In previous Next Level Refs sessions, we've highlighted the importance of concentration required by all match officials for incidents that occur in and around that danger zone or penalty area. Referees need to demonstrate dynamic movement, be in a good position, and be close to play to sell any decision. Okay, so we award a free kick to the attacking team approximately 10 yards outside the penalty area. What should we do next? First and foremost, as referees, it is important that we move in quickly into the incident to prevent any potential confrontation. This is a big decision, and a lot of the players are not going to be happy with this decision, particularly the defenders. So you need to be in there quick to prevent any confrontation and manage the players. It's also likely that your decision will require a sanction, maybe a yellow card or a red card for breaking up a promising attack or denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Again, a big decision. So make sure you remain calm, confident, and demonstrate strong body language to sell that decision. Okay, we've given the free kick, we've moved in quickly, we've managed the situation. What next? At this point, the referee needs to decide if they're going to allow a quick free kick to be taken, or they'll tell the players to wait on a whistle and go through a process of getting the ball back, which is often referred to as a ceremonial free kick. A handy hint at this point would be to stand close to the ball and communicate with the players. Something like, if you want to take it quickly, you take it now. This is being proactive. Football understanding, which we talk a lot about and have in previous sessions, will tell you if they want to take a quick free kick or not. This decision should take no longer than 3 to 5 seconds. So you have now quickly identified they are not going to take a quick free kick. At this point, the referee should stand in front of the ball and hold the whistle up in the air, indicating a quick free kick cannot be taken until the referee blows the whistle. Standing in front of the ball is a tactic that ensures that the attacking team in particular can't kick the ball away or can't take a quick free kick. It's also important at this time that the goalkeeper and the kicker, or the attackers particularly around the ball, acknowledge everyone is waiting on the whistle. Look at them, look into their eyes and make sure they acknowledge it. This is extremely important. You don't want a situation where the attacker is fixing their shoelaces or shin pads when you're delivering this message, and then they take that quick free kick or they kick the ball and it ends up in the back of the net and you have to bring it back. Take the time to execute this most important step in the process so everyone is aware of what's going on. Once you've managed this situation and dealt with the players, it's now time to get the ball back. Please ensure you get the ball back the entire 10 yards or 9.15 metres. We continue to see at all levels that walls are well short of that 10 yards, particularly in and around that penalty area. Please do not step out the 10 yards. This looks very, very amateurish. You actually would be surprised how long 10 yards or 9.15 metres actually is. Measure it out in your backyard or at an oval. Walk it out and see how many of your steps it would take to go into that 10 yards, and incorporate this in your game as you're walking it out. In your mind, count those. Maybe 12 or 13 of your steps makes up 10 yards. Okay, walk out the 10 yards and tell the players this is the position of the wall. As you're walking the wall back, also take a couple of glances behind you to ensure that the players aren't moving the ball. Okay, so you've moved back the wall 10 yards. Tell the players this is the distance with your arm maybe, or with verbal, with your voice, telling them that this is the 10 yards. You might get some players that will say, how's that 10 yards? Or that's more than 10 yards, or whatever the case may be. At this point, you need to have a short comeback line, which is important. Something like, mate, I practiced this at home, or I practiced this at home and it's 100% accurate. So let's move on. One thing to remember, Please avoid positioning the wall on the penalty area line. This is critical. This is extremely important. This actually still happens, and we've seen it happening still at the highest levels of the game. So why, may you ask, don't position the wall on the penalty area line? Well, when they take the free kick, it's most likely that there's going to be a shot on goal. Imagine the ball hits the hand at this point in time, or hits a hand in the wall. The referee and assistant referee now have a huge decision to make whether the handball occurred inside or outside the penalty area. Imagine trying to manage this situation. Put the odds in your favour and position the wall 1 or 2 yards outside the penalty area and move the ball back 1 or 2 yards if required. The referee determines the position of the ball, not the players. If the 10 yards clearly falls inside the penalty area, make sure you tell the players that if there's going to be a handball offence, it's going to be a penalty kick. This way it is clear and everyone will be aware of what the outcome will be if this occurs. Very, very important. It's also important at this point to manage any problem players in and around that wall. If attackers want to stand in the wall and become a nuisance and become pests, please ensure they stand 1 metre away from the wall of 3 or more defending players as per the laws of the game. There could be a lot of pushing and holding, so it's important to deal with this now at this point in time. Okay, once the wall's been positioned, it's now time to take up a good position. Even when you move into position, be proactive and continue to use your voice and body language to ensure that players don't infringe. We have touched on positioning in previous episodes, but in these situations it's best to stand in front of the wall and to the left of the wall. This will allow you to have all the players in view, your assistant referee, and most importantly, the wall in view. Obviously, in instances where the wall is set up closer to the corner of the penalty area, opposite the AR, the referee will need to take up a position to the right of the wall. If the wall is set up closer to the touchline, the referee may need to treat it like a corner kick and position themselves accordingly. It all depends on where the wall is positioned. Finally, do a quick check to see if any attacking players are behind you or beside you that may receive the ball from the restart. So this is extremely important that you don't get in the way when the kick is taken. There's players around you that may receive the ball. Also, check to see if the goalkeeper is ready. Again, if the goalkeeper's still setting up the wall, they take that free kick because you've blown the whistle, ends up in the net. You're going to have a goalkeeper running at you or defenders and coaches and having to deal with that situation. So take that extra second to ensure that everyone's ready to go before you blow the whistle. Then we finish this process with a loud whistle. So everyone, players, coaches, spectators, everyone knows we're ready to go. Okay, that brings us to the end of the session. Thanks again for tuning in, and I hope this information will assist you in taking your game to the next level. Take care.